Hi, we're live.
Hello.
You can't back out now. This is it. Amber almost left 2 seconds ago, but she's stuck now. I'm here with guys Amber, also known as Arbitrage with Amber, A with A. I like the name.
Yep, thank
And
you.
where are you coming to us from?
I am in Des Moines, Iowa. So,
Now,
strong reselling community here.
is there allowed to be more than one Amber that resells in Des Moines, Iowa? Is that like a can people do that?
There's me, there's Amber Resells, and then there's this other girl named Amber that we haven't met, but she was in the newspaper for reselling. We were like, we
She
gotta find her.
they chose her instead of you two guys.
I know.
Does she have like a social media or something, or they just found some random Amber and they're like, "Yep,
I
we're doing
don't
a
think
story about
so.
you"?
It was just like her in a thrift store.
Is Amber a popular name in
Appears
Iowa?
to be real big in the 90s.
I guess that makes sense. What year were you born? Am I allowed to ask that?
97?
Okay,
Yeah,
97. My math isn't good.
I'm
You're
25.
you're 7 years younger than me. Yeah, 25. 25 makes sense.
Okay.
There. We go. I'm also a 90s baby. Just me.
Okay. Wow, look at that.
90. I was born in 90. So we're pretty much the
Nice.
same age. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody coming in. What's up, James? What's up, Ray? What's up, Sam? Say hello to Sam in a British accent. He lives in the United Kingdom.
Hello. I
That,
can't do it.
that was pretty. That was better than I was gonna do. I'll tell you that. What's up, Coco and Chewy? Hey, Restyle, and what's up, Mook? How are you guys doing? Welcome, and thank you guys for coming in, being here. There's already 22 people here. Look how popular you are, Amber. We just
I'm,
started. 22 people showed up.
man,
The,
I'm
uh,
sure people are here to hear about my dating life.
the dating life or going viral on TikTok. Your
The car
books,
accident. My life is
car
very boring.
accidents,
I have a lot of
creepy
good stories.
Facebook messages about trying things on, and
Yeah.
other things. There's a lot of things we gotta talk about. I don't know if we'll have time for everything. I have a lot of questions to ask you. What's up, Krilla? What's up, Crystal? Hey, Irina. How you doing? What's up, Christopher? So, let's start with what you do. What do you do, Amber?
So I'm a reseller, but I recently started a new full-time job as a product owner. So in the tech world, so like a software system, we sell finance software to other businesses. So without getting too into the weeds,
That sounds
um,
very exciting.
yeah. It pays very well, and I have unlimited PTO. And actually, it was another reseller, Annie's Lovely Things. She was like, "My husband works there. He really likes it, and I know you're looking for a job." And so I was like, "Wow, the reselling world helped me get my new
There you
job."
go.
So
Did you say unlimited PTO?
yeah,
How does that work? You just say I'm just coming off, and they pay for you.
it's kind of like the honor system. Some people are really against it, where they're like, "Oh, that's like really bad for employees. They're not going to take off enough time." But at my last job, I had unlimited PTO, and it was really nice. I'd be like, "Oh, there's some great like neighborhood garage sales on a Friday. I'm gonna take that Friday off, go hang out with my
Dang.
mom at garage sales," and like I didn't feel bad about it. I also like wasn't abusing it, where I was like, "I'm gonna be gone for the next 3 weeks. I'll see you guys in a month." Um, so yeah, I think
Interesting.
I was able to like advocate for myself enough and like know when it was okay to take time off and when it
Yeah.
wasn't. And in my first like 11 months on the job, I had taken off like a full month of PTO. I
Wow.
mean, they were fine with it. And then I got
Dang.
laid off. So,
I guess as long as you get the work done, right, it doesn't really matter,
yeah,
right? That's the
yeah.
most important part. Yeah, that makes sense. Speaking of your mom, is she the one that got you into this whole reselling thing, or how did you get into it?
Yeah, so both of my parents, they have been selling antiques for a long time. So like even when I was younger, like we'd go to antique malls all the time and they do a lot of like beer, like neons and beer mugs and all of that. So even now they're on eBay. They have a little antique booth at a nearby antique store that they fill up. I do think I'm making more money reselling them now.
Oh,
But it's kind of nice that we're in different categories because then when we do like go to garage sales or anything together, then we're not like stepping on each other's toes. And also then they like look out for me if they're ever at garage sales without me and they're like, oh, we found this Patagonia, and they'll text me and be like, is this worth it? And I'll be like, yeah, I get it. So it's now a little family thing.
do you flex them at the dinner table? You show them your 90 day. Say, look at this.
We I anytime I go see them, they live like 30 minutes away. They're always so excited to tell me about like, oh, we got this at like that church rummage sale last week for 50 cents. We sold it for $50 and like, oh, I got this for free at a garage sale and it already has a bid for 75 bucks. And like they're really excited to show me. I really need to like record a video of like the first
Yeah.
like 30 seconds of me like walking into the house because it'd be really funny.
Yeah, that would be something else. So it's fair to say that they're more like hard goods and you're more clothes, right? That's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you have any hard goods at all that you sell, or is
Um,
it just
I
all
did for
clothes?
a while. I like dabbled in it, but for me, I hate having to wrap up stuff carefully for shipping. I want to throw it in a poly mailer and get on my way. And I think that's also because I'm focused on like high quantity, low price. Like that's kind of my strategy because that's what's easy for me to find here in
Yeah.
Iowa. Obviously, Patagonia does like bring up my average sale price, but I do a lot of quantity. So
Also easier to take cute like stack pics with clothes and
yeah,
have
that's really
different
why
size boxes.
I chose this strategy.
You knew it. What's up, Danny May? Krillin wants to know, where does this chick live?
I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
What a way to question that. Krill, do you know where Des Moines, Iowa is? Do you know where that is?
Yeah, do I need to bring out a map?
I've um I've never been to Iowa. I've driven around it. I've been to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Missouri. So I surrounded you pretty
Oh
much.
man, yeah. I've never
Never
been to
never
Philly,
needed
so
corn that much. I guess I never decided to cross into it.
okay.
I hear you guys have really good state fairs. I
Yeah,
heard
yeah, it just
you
ended
just
last
went to
week.
one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I won tickets to the Brooks and Dunn concert, so I had to go. And then my friend and I bought tickets to the Carrie Underwood concert.
There you go.
Um,
Crow says it's the place there's more pigs than people. Is that correct?
that is true. Can confirm.
James says he just got back from Iowa, Iowa City Goodwill Outlet.
Nice. How was it? I have not been to that one.
Is Iowa City close to you?
No, that's like a 2 hour drive.
But you just recently came from like a whole like binge experience, right? You went from like to Minnesota and other
Yeah.
places. Yeah.
Yeah. So while I had some time off between jobs this summer, I did a lot of sourcing trips. So I've been to the Cedar Rapids, Iowa outlet. I did a trip to Omaha for a day. I did 2 days in Minnesota. And I did a trip to Kansas City to visit a friend, hit up their bins. And I'm hoping to
Wow.
go back to Minnesota next week. Hopefully, I have a car to get myself there. Otherwise, we may have to postpone that. But the bins in Minnesota are the best in the Midwest that I've been to. So,
Really?
yeah.
Just like best because of the quality, or like not that many people there? Combination
Um,
of both?
there's a ton of people. There's a lot of resellers, but
Uh,
they just like rotate the bins very frequently, and they just have a lot of good stuff there. My mom thinks it's like rich people in like Minneapolis. Like there's a lot of pro sports teams, and like their wives like have a lot of money and like just
no.
donate their clothes, or like people who are rich enough to own like a second lake house and a boat. They don't really want to sell their stuff. They just donate it when they're done with it. Um,
Gotcha.
so that's kind of the theory that we have.
Interesting. So James says it wasn't busy at all, and he got some good clothes. So maybe.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Also, how far is Omaha from you that you said you could make it in a day there and
It's
back?
like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So,
so I just like get up early and I go and then come back when I'm
yeah,
tired.
there we go. What's up, Amber? Look, the other Amber showed up. Now we
Oh,
just need the third one that was written about to show up. Now we'll have everybody. She says, I'm behind the chat, but this Amber was born in '92. Have you read the book Freakonomics? They have a section about my baby names in the '90s. Amber was number 9 for most common low income white girl names. Look at her, just
Um,
dropping nuggets over here.
I literally was at a high school debate party and someone pulled out that book and like whipped out that page and I was like, "Oh, thanks." Um, so yeah.
So, what do you mean a high school debate party? Is that like it's like a name for a debate, or do you guys have a party where you guys debated the whole time?
No, it was like there was a karaoke machine. I don't know. We were all nerds. There was no like alcohol or anything. I'm sure we were all home by like 10 p.m.
That
But
sounds lit.
I know I was real fun in high school.
Karaoke and freakonomics and be home by 10. That sounds like a legit party. Right? That sounds like a good
Yep,
time.
yep.
Uh, Reese has a question now. Have you tried the Strutravant Wisconsin bins?
I
She
have
loves it.
not. I have not been thrifting in Wisconsin, but maybe someday. Good
Then
to know that it's a good one.
Ray wants to know you don't have a lake house and a boat?
Um, not right now.
It's coming, right?
I just like don't live really close enough to a lake for it to really be worth my time. So
Yeah, that's what it is.
I just
Iowa's not
like
really known for lakes, guys. Iowa's not many lakes in Iowa.
there's a few, but
Once she saves enough PTO and it's
yeah,
worth it for her to go on a boat every single weekend, then it's gonna
yeah.
happen. Makes
Once
sense.
I get the lake house, then I'll just donate all of my clothes instead of selling them. I'll become just
That's just
like
gonna
those rich
happen.
people with lake houses.
Yeah. I feel like I always ask this too. Like once you like, whatever, reach your dream job career thing, are you gonna ever stop reselling, or you think it's something gonna be in your blood?
I don't know. Part of me is like, so I've been like very ambitious growing up, like in high school and college. Like I had a full ride scholarship and then I did my master's degree. And I feel like recently I've like lost that ambition in terms of my career because all of the people ahead of me at work, they work longer hours, like they're missing time with their family
Yeah.
and they're just like so stressed about work and I'm like why would I want to do that? Like if I get paid like honestly pretty well for what I do and then I like have this on the side to support it and like this is fun. So I think like right now I'm like good with that. So I don't know. I think at some point I would just want to like I don't know. I thought this summer when I got laid off, I considered like, should I just resell full time now? But I think that would also take out some of the fun of it if there's the pressure of like, okay, I need to support myself off of
Yeah.
this and like save for retirement and like pay for my insurance and like there's no plan B, like it's just that. Like that scared me. I'm a person who like worries and like thinks about like worst case scenario and everything. So because I could be in a
I definitely get
situation
that.
I could be in a
Oh,
situation where I don't have a car and then I can't go sourcing and there goes
Uber.
business. So
Is there Uber in Iowa?
there is. I did look up like how far it is like a mile to like the grocery store and the post office. It's like an
Yeah.
$8 Uber ride. And I'm like, it's only a mile.
Yeah.
But I have a bike, so
There we go. Put a little basket behind it, and you're good to go.
right.
What's up, Sonny? Sonny says, I can't wait to be invited to go wrestle some gators in Florida next year with Paul. But, yeah, that's definitely happening, Sonny. I'll tell you.
Make sure you write a will and specify who your inventory goes to.
Tommy. James says, Iowa was the cleanest state I've ever been to, at least the parts I hit.
I've never heard that before, but that
Can
sounds
you
positive.
concur? I could tell you it's definitely cleaner than Philadelphia. And I've never
Okay.
been to Iowa, and I can tell you it's cleaner than Philadelphia.
Okay.
I can guarantee that. Yeah. All right. Then so you said like you want to work, but then have different streams of income, right? So I guess that's where social media comes in too, right? You're trying to build that to the point where it's
Yeah.
another source
Yeah.
coming into you. Yeah.
I would love to like ramp that up more. So now with like Instagram Reels, I'm like, okay, that's another source of income. It may only be $100 a month, but hey, that's $100 more than it was this time last year. So
Yeah.
growing that, hopefully I can monetize my YouTube by the end of the year. So
What,
I'm getting there.
what about TikTok? You go viral on there. Don't they pay you like millions of dollars?
You need 10,000 followers first, and I'm at like 2,600. So
So you didn't get paid at all for that reel or that
No,
TikTok?
I made
Nah.
no money from that viral Target TikTok. I got like almost 900,000 views. Like was on so many news on like radio channels. Target
You
never
got
reached
you,
out. We never got
Target
a
ever reached out? Oh man,
no,
they definitely saw it. I figured they had to have seen it.
no,
Yeah,
probably. They probably had to have a meeting about it.
yeah. Paul, you changing your name? No, I'm keeping the Florida Flipper.
I
No,
like the Florida with a PH.
Florida Flipper. Yeah, there we go. Are you moving that far to train at the? No. Oh man. Yeah, look at you guys started. Look at it. I think it will be Flemmy Flipper when the science is fully enraged. That's what's
Ew.
happening for sure. I know. I'm just staying Flemmy Flipper wherever I go, which is kind of a lesson for all you folks. If you guys want to start YouTube, be like Amber and have a name like hers, where she can be whatever she wants and have the same name. Don't do what I did, because then
I
you like if you move, you're screwed.
also going off of that, I really recommend like putting your real name in your username because for the longest time I thought your name was Phil.
Yep, you weren't the only one. You definitely were not the only one. So yeah, I feel you there. All right, so let's talk about that TikTok real quick. When
Yeah.
did it start blowing up? Like the day off?
So yeah, I'll just give some background for anyone who doesn't know. I went on a first date from Hinge and he wanted to go to Target. So I drive to Target, I'm there early, so I'm in my car and I'm like, I'm just gonna record a quick little TikTok. And I was like, I'm on a first date and this is where he wanted to go. And I like panned to the Target sign and I posted it. I walked in for the date. We just like walked around and chatted, whatever. And I got home maybe like an hour later and it had 2,000 views. And I was like, oh, for an hour, like that's pretty good. And I like went to bed and I woke up and it was like 31,000 views. And I was like, oh man, like, this
Something's
is
happening.
this is getting big.
Yeah.
And the guy did not have a TikTok. I had to text him. I was like, do you have TikTok? He was like, OMG, no. And I was like, okay, well, I have a TikTok. And I made a TikTok about our date and now it's going viral. And then I think it was maybe like later that day or the next day that like the New York Post wanted to interview me. And that lady was really in depth. She was like, do you see yourself having grandkids with this guy? And I was like, we went on a first date. Ask me if we're going on a second date. Maybe that would be a better question.
The way he walked down the aisle at Target to you, do you see him walking down the aisle at the wedding?
Do you pick out baby clothes for your future grandkids? But yeah, then it just like got bigger from there. And then ABC News interviewed me, and then Inside Edition wanted to interview me and him. So he was finally like pulled into an interview. And we went on a second date, and I don't know if I ever like shared exactly how this ended. We went on a second date. It was like really good. I thought we were clicking. He was like, I deleted Hinge. You're my number one. I was like, okay, awesome. And then the next day he
What's
texted me.
Hinge, by the way?
Hinge is like the dating app that we were on. So
Oh,
similar to Tinder.
okay.
Yeah. But then the next day after he like said those things, he texted me. He was like, I just don't think I can get emotionally involved. I think we should just be friends. I was like, what
Wow.
happened?
After going viral with you, he hit you with that. Dang.
I am too fun for him.
Was the second date at Walmart? Or where was the second date at?
We joked that we should go to like Costco or Bass Pro Shops and keep it going. Um, no, we went to this local place called Smash Park.
Yeah,
It's kind of like a barcade. They have pickleball courts, and
that's where you guys messed up. It should have been. You should have went to another store.
I
Should have went to a
guess.
retail. Yeah, that's where all went wrong. So Tommy asked who had more pigs, you or Amber, and Amber said it was you. Do you have any history of pigs?
I have never owned any pigs.
Only pigs you meet are on Tinder, right? So,
Right.
so and just the Amish dating app. Okay, good to know.
No.
You say that's false. The second date was Fleet Farm.
Oh, that would
Okay.
be fun.
What is a Fleet Farm? I have no clue.
It's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like automotive, home improvement, like farming, workwear, clothing, but they also have food. I'd relate it to Menards. Do you have those?
No, but I heard of Menards. But
Okay.
so it's like a apparel store with food.
And it's more like a home improvement. Like I would get my car tires done there. They have a gas station. But you can also buy like these chocolate covered peanut
Oh,
clusters that my dad
so
really likes.
kind of like a Costco then, like similar to that, because I can get tires and gas there,
Kind of, but like
and a
not so
hot
much
dog.
emphasis on food, like
Uh,
snacks.
Menards has Pam. Thanks, Dan. We're learning. He just wanted you to buy him something, and since you didn't, he moved on. There we go. That makes sense.
Maybe,
That's what happened. Do you think like the whole like social media thing maybe got to him? Like he wasn't ready for all those
maybe. So
interviews and all of that.
one
Seeing
thing
him on
was
himself on
that
TV.
I was like posting updates in my Instagram stories the whole time, and he found my account and he didn't tell me, but he was watching all of these stories where I was like talking about him. And
Ah,
it was all good things, but I would share like a screenshot of his text where he was like, "Oh, you should like plug your business in these interviews." And I would be like, "No, I'm not going to do that." But then I'd share that in my stories and be like, "Oh, green flag, he like supports my business, whatever." And so
hmm.
he was getting like the most honest, like real version of myself because I thought he wasn't watching my stories. And then on our second date, he admitted that he was. And he was like, "Did you post that you were coming on a second date tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did."
There you go.
And then when he was like, "I just want to be friends," in like one of my text messages to him, I was like, "Okay, you have to stop watching my stories."
You're about to get trash, kid. You gotta stop.
Right. I actually didn't do that,
Uh,
but
yeah, I don't remember you like saying how it ended, so I don't think you did.
right. Some of my stories I like start and then they like get really far and people are really invested and I'm like, I can't share the ending. Like last year I was negotiating my salary because I found out a guy in my same position was making more money than me. And I was like sharing that in my stories. And then the end resolution, I like pled my case with HR. And later that day, the company announced that they were doing layoffs. And the next day, they laid him off. And they kept me because I was cheaper.
Wow.
Um, and so I was like, I feel like I shouldn't share that in my stories. So
It's probably a good call by you.
yeah, yeah.
uh,
So sometimes I like take it too far. I like try to be so transparent and open, and people really like that. But then at some points, I'm like, okay, I have to
yeah.
stop now.
I am a very faithful Amber story watcher.
Oh,
And
thank you.
that's it's always whether it's your social media things or you negotiating your rent with your landlord. That was
Oh
pretty
yeah,
fun to watch. Or
thank
your
you
car accidents or all the books you read. It's a very entertaining story. I
so
highly
much.
recommend. So Dan says that Menards has great candy aisles.
Oh yeah,
Can you agree?
yeah. If you're ever in
And,
Iowa, you'll have to check it out.
and Amber agrees with him. So there we go. This podcast is not sponsored by Menards, by the
But
way.
it could be Menards if you're listening.
uh, I've been trying to get bubbly, like the seltzer drink, to sponsor me for like 5 years. I don't think they know I exist still, so
Man,
I'm done with them. Anybody, any other seltzers out there want to sponsor me? I'm all ears now.
this is
I
your
was,
chance.
I was committed to the bubbly, but now we're done. So talk to me about reselling, because I consider you mainly a Facebook reseller.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, Facebook and Poshmark, I'd say they've been pretty like similar recently. Last year
I
I
got
was
this from you
doing
on Poshmark.
I know, love it.
It's a great shirt. It's one of
Um,
my favorites. That one and the Carhartts, and it's in my rotation,
yeah,
the
I've
weekly
seen you go to
rotation,
Heart one a few
all the
times.
time.
Yeah. So I think recently like Facebook and Poshmark have been like pretty equal, like going back and forth for me. But last year I was doing a lot on Facebook. And I think it was because not as many resellers had joined the platform yet.
Uh huh.
So now there's just like more competition, and now I'm like looking at my views, and I'm like, okay, these are lower. Like I'm still doing a lot of sales there, and I think it's definitely still worth joining for anyone out there who's like considering it. But you do have to kind of I don't know, deal with issues. Like support's not very great, but their fees are only like 5%. So
At some points last year, Facebook was outperforming eBay for me, which is like
yeah.
huge. And
Mhm.
now this year, it's like just died. Like I got two sales yesterday. I was like, whoa! I got two sales on Facebook. Where did that come from?
Right.
Like I have no clue what happened. But it was like skyrocketing, and then it just collapsed. Now
Yeah.
I get like a sale a week.
Yeah. And I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but recently for me, the app's been really glitchy whenever I'm listing. And like maybe every 3 items, it'll just freeze when I'm like typing something and I just have to like close the app and
Yeah.
start
For,
over.
for me, it freezes on a condition. I try clicking condition and it
Yeah.
doesn't let me go past that, and I have to
Yeah.
always restart the app. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why. What's up, Lawrence? Shout out from the Philippines. All right, thanks.
Ah.
I have no clue what the time there is, but thank you for watching. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, do you sell on eBay as well, or no?
I've dabbled in eBay before. I hate that I can accept offers and people will not pay for them. So
That is a
now
very
I,
justifiable
yeah, so now I only
complaint.
list on eBay if it's something like really special. Like I had some really nice Nikes that I sold on there. Um, but or some like vintage hats I listed on there.
Yeah.
So
Apparently they're fixing it, but they've been saying that for a couple of years, so we'll see how it goes. I had a guy yesterday buy some like vintage U.S. Olympic sweatpants from me. He asked about 10 questions, then clicked buy. Then today he goes, "I changed my mind." And then he messaged me 3 times today. I said I changed my mind. Can you cancel? I said I changed my mind. Why is it still here? I'm like, it's not how this works, buddy. I gotta wait 3 days. It's like, I'm Pete. I am just getting better. That's what they're saying. I really hope so. Really do hope so. So how many listings do you have on Facebook?
like 600.
Dang.
Yeah. So
They're all
actually,
in that apartment behind you?
I rent a garage to store my
Okay.
stuff, and I can usually fit my car in there. I have shelves. But since I can't source this weekend, about a month ago, Amber Resells gave me a bunch of free inventory.
It's all that. Trash
So
bags full.
yeah, so I'm filming a YouTube video this weekend. I'm gonna list as much as I can. Everything's $5 on Facebook. I'm gonna see how it does.
Wow. Just five. Dang.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of it, it's not like great brands. It's like nothing special, but I'm like, okay, if I can like move some of this fast, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
so
it's a good question. Do you know the answer to this? Because I have no clue.
I do not know.
I know. I don't know what Poshmark does and Mercari does, but anytime I Google that, those listings show up quite a bit, even like higher than eBay stuff does. But
Uh,
you
I
know,
know Poshmark listings will because that's
yeah,
where you get like the guest buyers.
yeah. I don't know how Facebook and Google SEO work together, but the good thing about what I learned about Facebook last year when it was like booming for me is that it showed up on like people's just like feeds,
Yeah.
like people that had no intent to buy it, and then they were just like scrolling, they're like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna purchase it,
Hmm.
and then that's why I thought like, oh, Facebook is gonna go some places if their like algorithm can put this into like, cause like how like we say they'll always listen to us. Like I'll mention I don't know like a oatmeal cookie or whatever, and then next time I'm scrolling my feed and I see oatmeal cookie box, so like
Right.
I feel like they do the same thing with our listings to the people there, and I thought
Yeah.
that would be like huge, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. Experience will be yeah. I can't wait to see that video. Like if you don't sell out, then I have disappointment in Facebook. Like if you can't sell at $5, or people might report you for being like a fake listing, and it's like that's not really $5. Just lying.
Right. Hopefully, I have enough like actual reviews that people are like, okay, yeah, it's just a good deal.
Yeah,
But
for sure. Now tell me, because I know with Facebook, there comes a lot of creepy people
yeah,
in your inbox.
yes.
Is that still happening? How often a day do you get a fun message like that?
Occasionally, I don't get them super often. When I do get them, I usually share them in my stories. But like when I have
What was the
shoes,
best one? The one with the guy what like you do like put the shorts on before you sold them or
oh
whatever?
yeah, in Nike Pro spandex shorts. He like wanted me to wear them, and I messaged him back, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I can do that. Like pretending to just like be dumb and go along with it. And he's like, well, can you send me pictures? And I was like, oh, I don't think my boyfriend would like that. I don't have a boyfriend. I did not wear the shorts. I just like shipped him out to him after he paid me like $30 or something.
Wow.
And I was like, I got some entertainment out of this. My followers got some entertainment.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
Did you have any
sometimes I
more?
ignore them. Sometimes I like egg them on. I'm like, how far are they willing to go?
Yeah. Did you have any more Nike spandex that you're willing to sell in the future?
I know that I should list them for more money than I was listing them for now. So
Is Warren a good SEO? That's terrible on Facebook.
I don't know. I've actually seen like TikTok videos of women selling like shoes on Facebook Marketplace or like old socks and like yeah, they put like well worn, dirty, like
That's crazy.
but then they get an interested buyer and they're like, oh well, I have a lot more other shoes if you're interested in those too. And I'm like, maybe that's the way to go. Like
Yeah, there we go.
I'll start
Yeah.
buying a bunch of shoes from Goodwill and being like, oh yeah, really stinky, gotta get rid of them.
Right, Ainsley says they just want to see how they fit, right? That's all it is.
Yeah, something like that. I had someone do that with a pair of Birks. He messaged me. Well, the page looked like a women's Facebook page. And he was like, can I see how they fit? And I responded, like, sorry, feet pics are $100. And they were
Oh,
like, no, no,
that's
I'm
cheap for feet pics, man.
they were like, no, no, I'm really interested. I want to see how they fit. And I like went to this like Facebook profile and the liked things were like feet pictures, some salon, and like something else like feet related. And I responded like, oh, sorry, feet pics are $200 now. So
That's crazy. So it's not all for them to want pics of the videos, but no, I feel like that's not. Yeah,
no,
especially for you, Len. No, that's definitely not
that's a
normal.
different kind of reseller.
Yeah, that's for sure. Amber, have you seen the guy at the DSM that goes around and just collects underwear and bras?
No, I don't know if you mentioned this to me before or someone else. I'm so curious. What is he doing with them? Is he selling them on these sites? Like,
There's a good market for used stuff like that, I guess.
right. I've seen I've seen a video of some woman who sells like the weirdest thing, like her dirty shower curtain. She'll fold it up and like put it in a priority box and like send it to someone, or like she'll like sweep her floors and like the dirt that she cleans up.
What?
That.
I guess props to her for finding the market for that. That's
No
kind of
kidding.
crazy.
I'm like, should I try to get into that?
So Amber says he looks exactly as you expect: long trench coat and long greasy hair.
I guess I'll keep an eye out next time I'm at the bins.
Let's just buy one pair of shoes and get another for half price. There we go.
Ah, there we
That's
go.
it there. I've heard Jack and Ryan talk about him too, so I know he's a regular.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Yeah. So in case you want a different stream of income, you always love different streams of income. The used bras and underwear. That's
Yeah.
apparently big.
I'll try selling my old like shower curtains, the dirt off my floor on eBay. We'll see how it goes.
I just wonder how like that lady just figured out that was going to be a thing. She's like, oh, there's a huge market for it. Used shower curtains. Everybody wants those things. Man, if I find so many in like the storage units that I bought, man, I could have been a millionaire by now if I know I could sell used shower
Man.
curtains. I gotta just change my profile picture to be like an attractive woman and then just like sell that. I'm sure it could
Right.
work. That's crazy. So was that like the worst message you ever got? The Burks
Um,
guy?
yeah, normally they don't get like too bad, usually because I just like ignore them after a while. Um, so yeah, usually.
Did you get the block pretty much from you? That's what or you just ignore it?
Yeah, sometimes, because sometimes if I don't respond, then they'll just message me again and be like, "Oh, I'm really interested." I'm like, "Go find someone else." Like, some of them I think are just lonely and they want someone to talk to, and so they want to like ask a lot of questions and be like, "Oh, how much have they been worn? Like, have you worked out in these shorts recently? Did you wash them after you worked out in them?" Like on and on.
That's
And
a
I'm like,
different
"You're
kind
not
of
gonna
lonely
buy
right there,
anything."
man. uh, Kyle says maybe the guy at the bins is just an artist building a Brontosaurus sculpture for Burning Man. Hey.
Brontosaurus? Yeah,
Oh, is that how you put it? Brontosaurus? Yes.
I think that was the intention there.
Is that a real dinosaur? Brontosaurus? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's not spelled that way, but
Are dinosaurs real, by the way?
yeah, they were.
Okay. All right. Somebody tell Tim. Somebody tell Tim. Amber said they're real. I want Tim, but to get Tim in the chat, see if he agrees with you or not. What's up,
Okay.
Jess? How you doing? Yeah. No, that's not, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say it's loneliness. That's a little different. Then hey, did you go work out with these? How much did you sweat?
Okay, fair point.
She goes, loneliness is, do you want to be a target? There it is. All right, so tell me about your dating life now. Are you back on the market?
Yeah. I go through phases where I like download dating apps and I go on a bunch of dates. And then either just like life in general gets really busy or I just get so like burnt out that I'm like, I gotta quit. And so I delete the apps and I get back on 3 months later and I see all the same people. So currently going through that. I've gone on a few dates recently with a guy I matched with last summer on Tinder.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's going okay. I don't know. We'll see.
see
I'd
see
also,
how it goes.
I'd also like met him through mutual friends before, so I think like that helps that our first time meeting wasn't just on Tinder, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Irene has a good question. She says, I have a shower curtain that I need to change. It's got enough mold. What do you think I should sell it for and where?
Put an auction on eBay. Starting bid $99.99.
There you go. And then give Amber 10% of what it sells for the
Yeah,
review.
yeah. I charge a consultation fee.
Hi, Amber. Thank you for being here. Have fun.
Yeah.
Well, there's not exactly many people today in Iowa. Slim thinking. Can you confirm or deny?
Yeah, it's pretty slim pickings. That's why I see the same people on the dating apps over and over again. But I'm like, well, I can't really judge because I'm still on the apps from last time.
How many profile pictures are there of like pickup trucks for men?
A good amount. There's a lot of pictures of like guys who really like hunting with like dead animals. There's so many pictures of men holding fish.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah, it
yeah,
sounds. And you meant holding corn or in a cornfield in the background.
yeah. There's cornfields on there. Probably, I'm sure I could find like a picture of some guy with a pig because,
There we
I'm
go.
sure it's out there.
Now imagine if he's like with a pig fishing with a cornfield in the background and a pickup truck there. Is that a swipe left or right?
It's left. It's a no from me.
That's a no.
I don't know. Sometimes the guys they just like hit them all. Like I'm like I don't want to go fishing. I don't want to go hunting. I don't want to like I don't know ride on your motorcycle or your horse or whatever. I don't even know. I'm a city girl.
Doug says that sounds like dating hell, like the fifth level of dating.
Yes, I would agree.
Ansley says, I'm always surprised to hear someone using dating apps. I recommend using YouTube. There we go, Amber.
Well,
Well,
there's also a lot of single men in my TikTok comments who are like, "Oh, come to Minnesota for the state fair," and I'm like, "I'm not driving 5 hours for a first date. Also, I don't want to get murdered by you."
there's also probably a lot of married men in your TikTok DMs too.
Yeah,
So,
I have so many old men who follow me on TikTok. Like, if I were to ever get brand deals and they like ask to see like my followers,
your
it's
demographic.
it's probably gonna be more than 50% male, I would say.
There we go. That might be good for your
For my Menards
negotiations.
sponsorship.
Yeah, there we go. That animals are a turn on for women. Someone should have told me.
No.
Maybe some women, Curlin. I don't know. I feel guilty when I step on a beetle that's in the basement. Thank you for hopefully it worked. Now pay cancellation fee. There you go. See, so yeah.
Perfect.
Hi, Irina. Reach out to Amber if you're a shower curtain sales.
Yeah, please call me.
Yeah, see, Dan says Menards might call. You never know.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
gonna start like doing the Amazon influencer thing where I'm like, I just bought this new
Really?
grill on Amazon. Check out my link in bio.
watch the old man bashing. I don't even think or talk. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, right. Nothing wrong with adult diaper sponsorships. Yeah, whatever pays the bills. Hey,
I'll be like, my grandpa loves Depends. Highly recommend.
yeah,
Check him
right.
out.
If they sign the check, you can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah,
as long
yeah.
as they sign a check. Have you had brand deals? I know you talked a little bit about on social media about that, about like one
Um,
of them that didn't really work out or something.
yeah, so there
Yeah.
have been a couple of things in the works. There is an Australian resale company that's like getting off the ground, and the like owner found one of my reels about Facebook Marketplace, and he was like, "We want you to make some videos for us." So I made two videos for them. They paid me $100 for each. It was actually a lot harder to make videos for other people than I expected, even if it
Mm.
was just a 7-second reel. Um, and then those videos didn't perform very well for them. So I think they've like moved on to someone else, but I
That
think
sounds like pretty good money though. $100.
yeah, yeah. I think the second one took me like 2 hours because I kind of like learned what I needed to do. But so that's like $50 an hour, not bad. And then more recently, Flyp had reached out to me through like a third party marketing company.
Yeah.
And the thing was, we were like negotiating a rate. They wanted like 6 reels. You had to post in your story 6 times, like 3 to 4 slides each.
Oh wow.
So if any of you are on Instagram, I'm sure you saw like a ton of people posting about that. And that's because they just got like a huge amount of funding. And so
Yep.
they were just paying crazy amounts.
I was
Um,
London.
yeah. So
But
there was
all they wanted from me was a video. So just one
ah,
video.
there was another reseller on Instagram that I messaged. I'm not going to mention her name and throw her under the bus. But they offered her like 7,500, and she had more followers than me. So I went to them and I was like, okay, my rate's 5,000 for that. And they were like, we can't do that, but we could do 4,000. I think these were the numbers. So then I had my close friends on Instagram, maybe like 10 people. And I shared that in there. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I got this brand deal, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, the guy emailed me back and he's like, we heard that you've been discussing like our payment terms with other people, and that's really unprofessional. And I went through the list. I was like, who's the snitch? And I'm thinking that someone else like told them what I was getting paid to negotiate the rate better.
To get their rate better, yeah. Oh, that's messed
Yeah.
up if that happened, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't blame you for that, but it kind of sucks that you ruined this for me. But also, they were like very pushy because that was right before my pages were going to be on vacation mode for like over a week. And so they were only going to give me like 4 days to use Flyp before I had to promote it a bunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not really comfortable with that. Like, can we discuss timeline, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, yeah, we can do that. So yeah, I think a lot of people who were promoting it probably did not use it a ton. They were like in it for the
There were
money.
some people promoting it that were making videos against cross posting. And they were like, don't cross post. It's very dangerous. You're gonna lose your items. Blah blah blah. Then a month later, I love cross posting with Flyp, and I'm like, what?
And I don't know. There's a reseller that I've seen recently. She was using their free like sharing tool, and it like crashed her computer. Like the plugin for Chrome was like so invasive that like her computer's broken, and she like had to talk to tech. And
Oh wow.
then she was saying that other people were responding with like they had a similar thing. So yeah, it's free and that's great. But
Yeah.
like, what is the actual quality?
I'm still using them now, and their cross lister itself has a lot of bugs that they fix and make better. But the share I never had an issue with. The share I
Oh,
still like. Yeah.
interesting.
I'm not even get paid to say that anymore. I already got paid to do what I did, but I still use them afterwards. But the thing with me with them was that I was actually using them before they reached out.
Oh, okay.
I used them for about a month before they reached out, and then they reached out, and I was like, oh, I'm already using you guys. Might as well,
Yeah, get that bread.
might as well get a little check coming in the mail too.
I would have done the same if they hadn't
Yeah,
revoked their offer. So I don't
yeah.
blame you.
But it did like, and then I heard through other people that they reach out to somebody. Like I don't know who their like social media person is, or if they do any like screening or whatever. But they reach out to somebody like in Australia and ask them to do a Flyp commercial, and Flyp's not even available in Australia. And I was like, well, that's weird. I don't know why you would do that.
I
But
also heard someone who like just does story sales, like doesn't list on any platforms, was also promoting Flyp.
yeah,
And I unfollowed her. I was like, I can't support that of you like telling people to use something that you don't actually use.
yeah, that's one of the biggest like red flags for me too. Is like, and that's something I try to never be. Is like, I get a lot of sponsorships like offers now. And majority of them I just say no to because it's not something I believe in, and I don't really want to just pump something out and just say, "Oh yeah, this is great," and actually not be like a user of it. And
Right.
that might hurt like my bank account, but I think it's going to help my credibility in the future. But
Right. Yeah. Because also, if your followers are saying, like, oh, you've got a new sponsorship every 2 days, like,
yeah,
how much of these do you really care about?
and be like, "Hey guys, you know me, I love my vegan food. Here's my new vegan burger sandwich thing." I get my inboxes is full of like some stupid NFT people, like
Yeah.
a lot of those, a lot of I don't know why, but a lot of like adult toy people reach out to me. I don't know, like what about my channel screams that is what I'm trying to sell. But apparently that's happening. So yeah,
I've
it's
heard of
weird.
this like kind of scam with it. It's these fake jewelry pages, and they'll reach out and they're really just wanting to see what people's rates are
Yeah.
so that they can like better charge in the future to other people, but they're like not actually interested in anything, which I thought was so crazy.
Raid Shadow Legends. I used to see that commercial all the time for on YouTube. So yeah, hey, if Ray wants to pay, okay, I'll play that game real quick. Is your TikTok name the same? I need to check it out. What kind of shorts do you have on TikTok?
My TikTok is like my personal page, so I have a business TikTok, same username. I don't really use it a ton. And then my personal one is Amber Waves of Brain.
Amber Waves of Grain.
Brain.
Oh,
So it's like so
ah.
they can play off of it.
I see
Um,
what you did there.
it's a lot of like dumb videos. So
Let me see if I can find you. 14.3 million views. Is that you?
what?
That's what it says. Total.
I don't know how to see that number. That sounds right,
Uh,
honestly. I
that's
can
you
see
right
like
there, right? Amber
total
Waves of
likes.
Brain. Yeah, your biggest one is almost 900,000. Then you have a 490,
Yeah. I have never
114.
looked at TikTok like on my
Yeah,
computer.
there we go. Found you.
Yeah, guys, follow me so that I can get monetized on there.
Philly loves his Adam Mail. Yes, that's right, Doug. Love everything. What's up, Georgia Picker? How you doing? Amber sounds new to the reseller influencer space, but it gets some very high-end glasses that can see through the smoke and mirrors. It's very grimy. Agreed, Tommy. But it seems like you understand though, which is really cool to see. Because a lot of people like they just have a social media just to grow an audience that they can take advantage of, and I
Right.
like you don't give off those vibes to me. So that's really good. And
Thank you.
anybody that does will never be on my show, or
Okay.
if they were on my show, it means that I had think of that didn't think of them that like that there. So that's what happened. To me, all credibility, if there ever was any, goes out the window when I see sponsorship being pushed. It's even becoming a major turnoff. I get it. If it's like something you don't believe with, I definitely get it. But
Right.
once you get to the point where they offer you money for something you believe in, I don't see
Yeah.
anything wrong with promoting it, especially
Right.
if they're willing to pay you. I wonder like how it works with TikTok and stuff. Did you ever have to do anything for that for TikTok?
Nope. Not yet. Maybe someday.
I just wonder like what the rates for those are because they probably require more than one video or how it goes. I don't know.
Maybe some of them.
There you go. It's coming. You
Right.
gotta put it out there in the universe.
I would love to be a little like Iowa influencer on TikTok. So I posted about like the state fair, but like people opening new restaurants and like inviting a bunch of influencers. Pick me. I want to go.
I'll eat your food and post about it.
Yeah, I'll post a cute little video.
Nah. Also, Amber resells secretly kills people and dumps them in their dad's hog farm with his core reviews, allegedly. Allegedly, okay, good.
Good thing she's gone and she did not read that comment.
Whenever I see Paul in the video, I think that guy's an adult like connoisseur for sure.
You know, I see where you would get that.
Yep, I'm an adult and there's toys and be hey, there we go, that makes sense. That's for sure. That's how it goes. Yeah. All right. Talk to me a little about now your very boring trip to Guatemala. It looked very lame. Nothing cool
Oh,
happened. It
yes.
was like probably like a waste of time and money, right? Like you would
Yeah,
never want
no,
to go back.
totally don't recommend. Um, so originally I planned to go work remotely in Guatemala for like a week and a half. I got laid off 2 days before my trip. I was like, okay, don't have a job now, but I've already paid for the trip. I'm gonna go. And one of my first few days there, I met this girl and we were talking and I told her that I resell and she was like, oh, there's like a thrift market here on the other side of town. If you want to go, like we could stop by. I was like, okay, yeah, like if we're over there anyways, like might as well. And on that first trip there, I bought like a Lululemon sports bra and I bought like a Patagonia vest. Nothing was priced. You just had to like ask the people, "Cuánto cuesta?" and like hold it up, and they would be like, "Ah, white girl, let me rip her off." And I'm sure they charged me more than they would have charged someone else, but like everything was still such a good deal. They'd tell me the price. I'd be like, "Okay," and
Well,
I'd
I
like
figure
grab my
just
wallet.
even with like, just the exchange rate is just good. Just even with that, right?
Right. Yeah. So they
Yeah.
would like tell me a number and I'd like type it into my phone, divide it by 7.5 or whatever it was. And then I'd be like, okay, yeah. But so yeah, we went that first time and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to come back like when I don't have other people with me and I'm just gonna spend a couple hours here. And I would just like spend hours there, like through everything. And I have two YouTube videos on this. Like it's crazy how packed everything was. And I found so much Lululemon and like Patagonia, Gymshark, Ted Baker, All Saints. Like it was good stuff that I was finding.
Yeah. Now, how
So
do you sleep at night knowing that that stuff was for the poor people of Guatemala and
I
not for
got
you to come and make a profit off it? How do
I
you
got
sleep at night?
so many mean comments on my reels. They just like hit the wrong
Yeah.
audience. But like those people, I asked them the price. They told me the price. I paid the price. And like they obviously had a ton of stuff. And so what I've heard is that Goodwill's, they will just like sell pallets to like Guatemala and other countries.
Oh.
So some stuff still had Goodwill price tags on it, but I was like, all this Lululemon and Patagonia, like this must have not even made it to stores. They must have just like had so many donations they had to like get it out of there. And so I think that's where a lot of it came from. And I don't know, in
That's
other
crazy to me
countries,
that Goodwill has that much stuff that doesn't even make the stores. They just send it to like
right,
third world
right.
countries.
And
That's
I
insane.
think, yeah, like the Lululemon stuff or like Patagonia, obviously in Guatemala, it's way warmer. And like athleisure is a big thing in the US where like women wear leggings to like do whatever, but it's like not really a thing in other
Yeah.
countries. So a lot of stuff was like stuff that they didn't really wear there anyways. And that's probably why it had been sitting. And, you
It,
know, like reselling's not really a thing there, I guess.
I just imagined what you spent on your second trip there is probably more than she got the whole week from anybody else.
Right.
And the people that comment those things don't realize how much you actually helped a small business with your purchase
Right.
instead of destroying the community by buying some Ted Baker pants or whatever.
Right. Right. And some of these like stalls, like they would have their kids there with them. And there was like, I was flipping through the racks and a little boy stood next to me and he would like pull out something and he'd be like, this? And be like, no. And he'd pull out the next thing. He'd be like, do you want to buy this? And I'd be like, no. And so, you know, he's like a little salesman and, you
Yeah.
know, working hard to make some money. So,
Yeah, I went to a private pick a couple weeks ago where a lady was selling me a bunch of stuff and her kids were there too. And the guy's like, the boy's like, you want this too? Do you want this too? He would just keep bringing me stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. It was pretty
young
cute.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Maybe I missed it, but how do you know each other? We matched on Hinge. That's.
I think we just followed each other on Instagram at some
Um,
point.
I met you. I found out about you on one of Amber's lives.
Okay.
That's how I started following you, and then I don't know how you started following me afterwards. But yeah,
Okay.
I was like, that girl is making some points. Made good points about Facebook, better than anybody else on that panel. I was like, she knows her stuff.
Yeah.
And there we go. That's how I found out about you. Then I guess I don't know how you found out about me. I don't know.
I think I was like, oh, this guy's like watching my stuff, commenting on it. I'll give him a follow.
Yeah, I'll give him a pity follow.
But I gained a lot of followers from that YouTube video just because Amber Resells has like so many more followers than I did at that point, and
Yeah.
so
And like if Amber like puts you on her panel, I mean she knows like she trusts you with some you know at least a little bit.
yeah.
She's not gonna put me on that panel. I can tell you that. She's like, this guy is gonna just make jokes nonstop. It's not gonna be good. What's up, John? I don't know how you might have. Yeah, John. I don't know. No clue if I found out about me. Hey, let's hurt John's ego. Do you know who John is, Amber?
I do not.
Yes, love it. Like the second person in 3 weeks that don't know who he is. He has like 250,000 subscribers. Follow on YouTube. No big deal.
Okay, I'm building a YouTube channel, but I honestly don't watch a ton of YouTube videos.
He's also growing on TikTok. He has a raccoon-only TikTok channel where he records the raccoons that go into his trash cans at work.
Oh,
That thing's blowing up too. So
I'll check it out.
He's big on TikTok as well. I had Eileen on. She's also like a TikToker 2 weeks ago, and she also had no clue who John was. And it was like, it's pretty funny. So yeah, if you guys are not following John, make sure you guys go give John a follow. We'll try to help him grow a little bit here on YouTube. He needs all the help he can get.
Perfect. Let me...
But he's from Cincinnati. I don't know if you knew that or not, based on the name.
Okay, yeah, I picked that up.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can spell Cincinnati.
It is a very tricky one to spell.
Okay, I got it. I'm subscribing now.
There we go. Look, John, I gave you a sub. You send the PayPal over. All right.
230,001 subscribers.
There you go. See, Tommy remembered you now too. He said he was the only one besides Amber that had a clue. There we go.
Thank you. I was on Facebook before it was cool.
Yeah. Every time I click on John's Whatnot, he's doing great. Yeah, John's killing it on Whatnot. Speaking of Whatnot, you almost got a job with Whatnot. Weren't they one of the ones you were trying to get hired by?
Yeah, so they have some insane benefits for employees. One of their benefits is each month you get up to $500 to spend on Whatnot shows.
That's pretty good incentive.
Yeah, so I found out from
every
Bob
month.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
been
lot.
up to 500. So I don't know how they decide, but Bob Dabra said that on your first Whatnot show, they send a bunch of employees to watch your show and give them money to spend, so that you have a really great first experience and that you come back.
Well, that didn't happen on my first Whatnot show.
Oh, really?
I had no employees spending no money. I was selling things for $1.
Maybe they changed it, but
they must have missed my first show, those employees.
So, but yeah, then they had like, I don't know, I think like childcare, and you'd get like a monthly like work from home stipend. They never responded to my application. Someone said that they were getting like so many applications and they just like didn't have the HR people to go through them. So, you know, if they respond to my application in a couple months, maybe I'm ready for a career change and I would jump ship.
Is that like another like work from home, or do you have to move to if you get hired by?
Yeah, so that was work from home, and that would still be in tech, which is like what my background is in. So I was qualified. So
maybe overqualified. They probably saw your TikTok and they're like, we can't have her. She's too big of a star for us.
I applied to work there, and I was like, I should make a Whatnot account because I did not have one at that point. And I was like, just in case they check. But I had also looked to see like if Poshmark or Mercari were hiring anything that I would be into. They were not. But
yeah, Paul, whoever did your boarding should have been there. Maybe if they were there, they were very quiet and didn't spend anything. I can tell you that. My first show was a disaster. It was because I heard from people that like if you want to get in faster, you have to go into a category that's not really like that big yet. So I had like a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards, and I was like, yeah, I'll sell them on there. I have no clue what they are. So that's how I did it, and then I had like no clue what I was doing. I'm like, here's this card here, and here's this card here, and I was getting like dollar bids, and then I found out later those cards were like $50 cards. I was just giving
Oh,
away for a buck. So that was my first show. It wasn't a fun experience. So Paul, you're coming my way. Yes, I am coming your way, and I did see your comment, Mike, about estate sales being good in Florida. I cannot wait. Do you hear complaints about people about Florida and how thrifting there sucks and how yard sales there suck? I don't get how that's true.
I have not heard that, but also I haven't told people I'm moving to Florida, so they're probably just not
Oh,
bringing it up to me.
I just like there's this one guy, Dave NC Picker. You probably don't know who he is either, which is good because he's terrible. Dave, if you're watching, but like he moved from North Carolina to Florida, and the first 6 months he was like, "There's nothing here. There's only old people and glass and nothing. I can't find anything." But
You want the old people though.
that's what I keep saying. But then their response to me is they sold everything up north before they moved. So when they moved down here, they have nothing. Which I'm
Mm,
like, I think they still have something.
right.
Like, and then I watch other people in Florida that kill it. So like, I really don't believe that there's gonna be nothing there. Plus, I also go to like a local auction house, like where I bid locally on stuff here,
Okay.
and the house I'm looking to buy in Florida has four local auction houses within a 5 minute radius, a
Oh,
5 mile radius, and I'm like, there has to be something there for me to buy. Like I don't believe it. uh, I changed for X. I treat my employees the same way. Each of them get unlimited shoes for free with lifetime warranty. Also, the children get the same benefit. That's Tommy's employee is his wife. That's what you're saying.
ah,
That's the joke right there. People don't park their most. Yeah, agreed. Like, and most of them kick it in Florida. So
they go there to retire, and then yeah.
yeah, that's it's gonna. But I feel like the whole aspect of Florida is changing though. There's ever since like COVID happened, I know a lot of people are moving down there. I don't even know why, but I know it's like it's one of the like fastest growing states in the country. So probably the demographics gonna be really changing too. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Have you ever been to Florida? Do you know what Florida
I
is?
have, yeah. I did not go thrifting there. Hopefully, you
Oh,
can find some Disney Spirit jerseys.
I'm
Those
sh-
can be some good money.
Orlando's like only 2 hours away, so I'm sure there's probably Disney stuff out the wazoo.
Probably.
Most Disney stuff though is not good. That's what.
Right.
And a lot of people that have Disney here, they're like, "Oh, it's Disney. Give me $50." And I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay $50 for that little toy.
uh,
Yeah, Florida has tons of crazies, but so does every other state.
yeah.
I'm sure there's some crazy people in Iowa as well. I'm talking to one of them right now.
There's like that thing. I don't know. It's like your Florida man horoscope. You type in Florida man and then your birthday, and you
Yeah,
like see what
I've
crazy
done
articles
that.
it brings up.
Mine was Florida man slapped somebody with a largemouth bass. That was a story for my day.
I gotta look up mine now. I
Uh,
forget. Let's see. Florida man bit victim in the face during machete attack. There's a lot going on there.
that sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. Everyone else comment yours in the chat.
Paul's going to be the new Florida man. Oh man, that's not happening. Yeah. So guys, the meme is like you go to Google, type in Florida man, and then type in your birthday, just a month and the date, and then you will see the top news story for that day, and it's usually pretty crazy. Hello from Arizona. What's going on, Arizona cats? How you doing, Sue? Paul in Philly, crazy capital. Paul in Paul lives in Philly, crazy capital. Still don't get it, Jess. Try again. Florida man caught hiding heroin and crack in his buttocks. There we go.
That's a good one.
I found some Disney Parks Vans and Disney shirt in the Ross a couple weeks ago. Whoa, dang, that's nice. I've sold Disney. Oh, I didn't sell it. I sold a Disney in one of my videos. I sold a Disney Lennox collab for like ginger spice things. Those things are worth bank. And then, I was in Kentucky a couple months ago. I was with Kayla, and she found a Disney Dooney and Burke bag.
Oh, those are
That
good.
thing, that thing was worth money too.
I found a Disney Peter Pan spirit jersey at a Goodwill here for like $4. I threw it in my
Wow.
cart. I was like, I've sold a few of these before. Awesome. I got home, posted a little haul in my stories, and someone's like, "How much is that? I'm interested." And I looked up comps, and they were selling for like $300. And I was like, it's gonna be like 300. So,
Florida man makes beer run with Gator in hand. Florida man in jail at the dispute over a hedgehog. Oh, these are good. Paul got to compete against Joey and Drew. Yeah, it's much of a competition there, Chris. Very scary. I'm
Drew came
listing.
to Iowa for garage sales, so
Yeah, I'm saying the Joey and Drew mainly just look at clothes. I do mainly hard goods, so I am not really
there you
that
go.
scared. So there's lots of crazy people in Florida. Oh yeah, no, it's crazy people everywhere for sure.
Yeah.
Careful if you get invited to a pineapple in Florida. There's no pineapple. Interesting. I just sold a Terminator 2 endo arm from the HG. I don't know what that is, but
I'm gonna
that
start
sounds
checking
good.
comps on anything that says Terminator 2.
Yeah, I actually just today I sold a Terminator 2 hat
Oh,
for $40, just like a little hat.
oh,
So
nice.
Terminator 2, it's a bolo. There you
Good to
go.
know.
You're welcome. Jennifer Hayes is sharing your channel. Thank you.
Oh, thank
How
you.
far are you from the monetization level, Amber?
So I think I need like 150 more subscribers,
And what
and then I
about
need.
the hours?
I think I'm at about like 2,300 right now.
Wow.
So
And that's with no lives or anything like that? That's just
right,
pre-recorded? That's pretty
right.
good. Yeah.
So the Fi resellers and I are going live next week to talk about Instagram Reels,
On your
and
channel?
yeah, they agreed to do it on my
Wow.
channel so I could get some watch hours.
Nice.
So yeah, so hopefully that helps boost me a bit.
If that took off dish, I could have moved it faster, right, Tommy? Feel the same way. There you go. Sue subscribed,
Oh, thank
and
you. Oh man,
Christopher just subscribed. Look at that.
I've gained like 16 followers since we started an hour
Yeah, look at
ago.
that, man. See? People love the arbitrage with Amber.
I will subscribe back to you all.
You don't have to subscribe to me. I just subscribe from this channel. You don't have to subscribe back to. That's
I
all.
subscribed to this one because on one of your other lives, I was like, oh man, I want to comment, but I gotta subscribe. I'm like, wait 5 minutes.
That's how I get you. And then if you have to unsubscribe, you have to wait another 5 minutes to talk again. So
Do you
it's
recommend
like
I do that before my live?
I just do it because if you don't, there's a lot of trolls, and they're gonna spam you with like links and other things, or with
Oh,
like
okay.
adult sites and all that stuff. So this way, if a troll wants to come do it, they actually have to wait 5 minutes and spam it then, and most of them don't have the patience. So
Okay,
once I
good to
once
know.
I did that, I've been safe from it. So
Okay,
it's a good like thing for that. I don't think it's like a good like YouTube growth strategy or whatever. I just do it mainly for that reason.
gotcha.
But I'm a troll and I'm still here. Yeah, Doug, you have to wait 5 minutes. So props to you for doing that. What do you have in the works for your channel in the future? What do you think it's going? We just mainly like a haul, a channel, or what do you think
Yeah, I've
it's
been doing a lot
gonna
of
target
hauls
that?
recently because that's easy enough. I think when I go to different bins and do hauls there, those videos get some good traction. Um, because also I think then they show up in search results later when people are like Goodwill bins, Omaha, or whatever it is, and they want to scope it out before they go. So I really like those, but other than Minnesota, I don't know what my sourcing looks like coming up. So I'm thinking about doing some pallets mystery boxes, but I've
Ooh.
seen people just like totally lose out on those. I know they're such a gamble, but
I feel like you should do like a reseller mystery box and then trash it if it's bad. Say I bought it from so and so, they suck, and just be completely honest. I feel like that's gonna be great.
I'm sure I could get some views. I love going on other YouTubers' channels and I sort their videos by most popular and like see what got them a ton of views. And like Amber resells her most popular videos, like how to clean Birkenstocks,
Yeah.
and like it just appeals to everyone. So
Mine's me getting punked by an old man. That's my most popular one. Old man punked me at a yard sale. People love that. How are you supposed to find good sex sites? Yeah, that's a good point, Tracy. I don't know. I'm sorry for people that are looking for that here.
You gotta go the old-fashioned way. I think you just have to
Yeah.
Google and try them out.
Oh, Sue lived in the Minnesota area for years.
Oh.
Minneapolis area, yeah. Chris wants to know how many different bins have you been to?
Okay, let's see. Des Moines, Cedar Rapids, Omaha. Minneapolis has 3.
You've
Kansas
been
City.
you've been to all three?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Wow.
tried them all out. Chaska's the best for anyone watching. This is your heads up. So I think 7.
7. Dang. I've been to 3.
Oh.
Damn. Look at that. I'm a
But
bins expert.
is that really your strategy?
No.
So,
It might be that the house I'm looking to buy also has a bins within 5 minutes of it. So I
okay.
might I might start being a bins guy if it's right there. I go to one. I used to go to one with Jake Jacob Benz. He's not here right now, but in Jersey we would meet halfway. We would go to it,
Oh.
and every time I went, I found good stuff. Like I mainly look for shoes because I don't really know jack about clothes, but like I found some like decent shoes and stuff. I found some Gucci shoes there once.
Oh man.
I don't know if they're real or not, but they sold. I got positive feedback on them, so hey,
Nice.
I'm still not convinced they were real, but
I'm
and
going to Raleigh next month for a work trip for like a conference.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
booked my flights and I don't think I'm gonna have time to thrift, which just it really hurts. I wanted to try it out.
I've been to Raleigh last year, and their yard sales are amazing. I don't
Oh,
know how their thrift stores are, but the yard sales were. We probably there's probably like 300 yard sales happening in one weekend. It was insane.
oh man.
So I don't know how thrifting is there, but the yard sales were great. I fly out to Raleigh on Monday. Look at that. You go.
Nice.
I have one 15 minutes from me in here in North Carolina. Been every day. Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
dang.
I like every time I go, it's not like as crazy as the videos I've seen. Maybe also I'm just a huge guy, and nobody wants to like mess with me, so I have my own like bubble.
People
But
are
anytime
intimidated.
I'm going through a bin, nobody else comes close to me. Like that's my bit. Like nobody wants to mess. But like I've seen videos of people like are like shoulder to shoulder, like we're
Oh
like
yeah.
right there. I don't know. I've never. Has anything crazy happened to you at the bins before?
No, not really. I've like touched some questionable things, but there's never been any fights.
How questionable?
Just where you like pick up something and you're like, oh my god, that was wet. And so now I always wear gloves because I touch so many pairs of underwear every time, just on accident. Like I'm just in there digging and I'm like, oh, that was a pair of underwear. I hope it was
Was it
clean.
used? You should grab it. That's a
And sell it
bowl.
on eBay.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing too bad. But like the Des Moines bins, there are multiple people who bring their dogs. And like so at one point I was like digging through a bin and there was just like a chihuahua like running by in the bin that had like jumped out of their cart and they just like weren't getting it.
That is why.
I don't know.
How?
And I don't know why the employees allow it because I don't
That
know.
is so weird.
Yeah.
Matt goes, haven't we all? Haven't we all just touched something and said, "Oh, that was wet."
Yeah.
Wet. OMG. Yep. 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 What's up, Kyle? What's up, Coco Bay? How you guys doing? Joanne is a little behind, but she shared her Florida man story. Florida man chews police car seat after cocaine arrest. There we go.
Ew. When
Yeah.
I got in the car accident earlier this week, the officer was like, "Do you want me to like drive you somewhere to wait for your ride?" And he was like, "You have to sit in the back of the police car though. It's not very comfortable." And it's just like hard plastic. There's like no leg room. I was like, "Oh man." I took a
You
selfie.
should have done a TikTok there. And we're like, hey,
I
first
should have.
date, back of a cop car.
Right.
That could have been something. Have a good night, Arena. Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Dogs at the bins, right, Christy? That I've never.
Who's
Oh,
got a dog in her
look
picture?
at that cute little doggo you got there.
Bring him to Des Moines and you can take him to the bins.
That's such a weird rule. Like
I don't
how?
I don't know if these people are just like, oh, it's a service animal, but there's a guy who like he and his dog are regulars.
That's so
Like,
weird.
because one time I posted, like, I was in line, I was like, oh, there's a guy with his dog here. And a ton of people responded, like, oh, I see him there all the time. He's a regular. I've seen his dog.
Is it
It's
like a service dog or is it just like a dog?
like a little, like, Pomeranian.
Interesting.
So,
The bins in Tampa are strange. They make you line up behind the yellow line. When they bring out the new bins, you can't look at them until it's. I feel like that's isn't that every bin? I feel like that's how it works, right? You can't like, you can't go until all the bins are brought out, or is there are different
so
rules?
now that I've been to 7, I like know the differences. In Des Moines, like you can line up and wait and like look, and people will like move around to like stand by a better bin. But when I was in Cedar Rapids, they would bring out the bins and they had like sheets over everything. So they would put everything into place, and then like a
Wow,
magician, they would like
just
take
like
off
a.
the sheets.
It's like,
Abracadabra, and then people could go.
so that's the go sign.
They didn't even want you to look at this stuff before they were like
That's
ready.
so weird. That,
So
like, what's the point of that?
I don't know.
uh,
So yeah.
Kyle says they bring people. Okay, Kyle, you live in Oregon, right? So I guess that's the rule there too. I love my dog, but no way I would. Yeah, that's saying I would not bring my dog to the bins ever.
Not a
It's not
dog friendly place.
That's definitely. It's not a dog park. I can tell you that. It might be a good distraction to others. My dog will just go and lick everybody and just like get their attention while I get all the good stuff. It
Well,
could
you go through
definitely
the new
work.
bins, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's something I'm gonna do. That's for sure. Are you a pet person, Amber? Do you have any pets?
I have no pets, so
Nah, sad.
yeah.
Ever
That's
had growing up?
So when I was growing up, we had Oscar fish, which they eat other fish. So every week we'd go to the pet store and buy a dozen goldfish to feed our other fish.
Interesting.
And so yeah,
Explains everything I know about you now. It's all because of that Oscar fish.
I should start telling that story on first dates. Be like, this is all you need to know about me. Like,
Yeah. When I grew up, I had a fish. They ate other fish. There
yeah,
we go.
yeah.
Do you do the Dave Ramsey method, and on day 3 you ask about their credit card debt and
No,
how
but
much savings they have?
I am always so curious to know how much money some of these people make, because some of them it's just like, oh, you're in a different like field than I am. I have no idea like how much, I don't know, a construction engineer or whatever would make. And so I usually don't ask that until we're like a few dates in. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh, Dollar Bill says they're bringing Bolo bloodhounds to sniff out the best bolos. That makes sense. Then Dan says some little kid brought her little puppy to the business this week. I kept getting scared he was going to get stepped on. Yeah, that's not a good place for him.
Right.
Jen also had Oscars. So it's a cool fish. Look
Yeah.
at that. Have you ever had like interesting experiences with people like when you tell them? I guess for you it's different because it's not your full time gig, but yeah, I'm mainly it was only on Facebook dating. I haven't tried anything else. I tried Facebook, and anytime I would go on a date and explain to them what I do, that was the end of the date. After that, I was like, "Huh? That's your career?" Like, okay, that's a hobby, but then like, what do you actually do? I'm like, "That's what I actually do," and then
Right.
like, that was no date 2 after that.
I think that I like subconsciously like downplay it, but also I don't want them to find my Instagram stories and hear what I'm saying about them. So yeah, I usually am like, oh yeah, like I own a side business where I like resell clothes on like Poshmark and Facebook Marketplace, a lot of like Patagonia, Lululemon, and I'm like,
That's not really downplaying. That's
but
that's
I'm
pretty-
not. I'm not out there like, oh, I did 40,000 in sales
Oh,
last
oh
year.
no, yeah, I definitely don't do that.
Right.
I pretty much I tell them like I go to like garage sales and thrift stores and buy things for cheap and sell them. That's how I present it. They're like, "That's not a job." And I'm like, "It's a job."
My new boss was trying to like write a little bio about me, and she had heard about my business, and she wrote, Amber has a side curiosity in fashion and e-commerce.
Curiosity.
I was like, can you just reword that to say I have a small business reselling clothes
But
online?
you're curious in
Fashion and e-commerce. I'm selling
man.
some like trash sometimes. It's
That's funny.
I didn't want her to say fashion and then have me like show up to meetings and people be like, didn't you wear that sweater yesterday? So,
I don't have time to date. If I did, I'd take out to eat, put them to work. There we go. Speaking of eat, how come none of these guys in Iowa feed you properly, huh? Every time you come back from a date, you're always hungry.
I don't know. Some of them, yeah, we just like don't. Yeah,
Like, yeah,
honestly,
we had a smoothie. We went and got some ice cream. We.
someone explained it as your first date is really only a half date to make sure you can like stand the person.
Oh, is that how it works?
It's like
Okay.
something short. Sometimes they're like, "Oh, do you want to get coffee?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't drink coffee.
You don't drink coffee
I don't.
ever?
No, so I can't use that as a date."
You never had coffee in your life?
I've tried it and I don't like it. And every once in a while, I'll see coffee again. I'm like, I'm just gonna try it, and then I take a sip and I'm like, no, I hate this.
Wow. So what do you do for caffeine? Do
I
you
just
not caffeine at all? Do you not caffeine?
no.
Are you a reseller that doesn't caffeine?
Yep. Yep. Small but mighty group.
No Fire Energy, no Monster, no Red Bull.
I just wake up. Sometimes I'm tired. I usually like work out in the morning though. That probably helps.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Jack gets not how to date. Mrs. Monkey would kill me. That's a good idea. Coffee, ew. So Chris doesn't like coffee either.
Hey,
Okay.
welcome to the
They
club.
they have tea. Is there caffeine in tea? I don't even know. It's
Yeah.
like, there's not much if there is.
I'll drink like cold tea. I don't like warm tea.
There you go. Instead of reseller, call yourself an asset relocation specialist. There you
That
go.
sounds so boring though. I want these guys to like me when I'm on dates.
What you mean? An asset relocation specialist? That sounds legit. I was like, dang. Tell me more
Maybe
about these assets you relocate.
maybe I should put that on my LinkedIn as my title for reselling. Because I
Yeah.
have reselling like listed as like a job on my LinkedIn.
There we go. That's a good idea, Brian. Look at this. No coffee? No
Um,
coffee does not compute.
I know, I know.
So you just wake up and you're not tired?
Well, okay, I'm a morning person. Like, I will often wake up before my alarm goes off. Like, my circadian rhythm, my like internal body clock is just like on lock.
Define earlier. Talking like 7?
No, like normally like 6:30s recently, but
Yeah, I would
yeah.
definitely need coffee for 6:30. Kyle goes, I have too much blood in my caffeine system. I feel you there. But no, ever since I started like taking workout seriously the last couple of months, I've also realized that like I don't really need that much coffee too. Like once you like,
Once
I
you get
think
your blood
it
pumping,
just might be like a mental thing. Like, cause like the first 10 minutes are rough, but then as soon as after that, you're good to go. So
right,
like, so the thing is like, does coffee do that, or is it just like the mentality of you thinking that coffee does that?
right.
I think it might be B. I don't know. Oh, I liked Amber until the no coffee thing, and now she's a morning person, dog. Yeah,
This
you're
is
digging
why
yourself a hole here.
this is why I get ghosted on dates. Men learn about me like she doesn't like coffee, she's a morning person, she's not for me. And I'm like, okay, fine.
My normal job, I wake up at 2 a.m. I don't go to bed until 2 sometimes, Randy. So
I cannot stay up that late.
I make coffee so strong you get it by the slice. Hi, Kyle. You don't stay. You're not. I guess. What's the latest you like stay up till? I guess. Is
If
this
I
late for you now? Is this past your bedtime?
no, maybe by the end of this it'll be past my
Uh,
bedtime, but
Once Amber passes out on the keyboard, guys, it was too late
right,
for her.
right. Maybe like once a quarter, I'll do something where I like stay up until like 1 or 2 a.m.
Man, you
And
are a party animal.
I know, and then I just feel awful the next day. So
Now, when you stay up till 1 a.m., do you do debate parties with karaoke? Is that what that happens?
no, that's usually like going out to bars, that kind of thing, but it's not like a super often thing.
That's a once a quarter then.
Yeah, I schedule it out ahead of time.
You're like, hey, Amber, you free to come hang out next week? No, I already got a 1 a.m. on my calendar. It's a month from
Right,
now.
right.
Thrift Daddy called you Grandma Amber. How does that make you feel?
I did have a time in high school where I was really into knitting.
Oh,
So I feel like that's probably accurate.
knitting and a lot of reading.
No
How
coffee, going to
how
bed
many
early.
rocking chairs do you own back there?
None right now, but that could change.
No? You ever go to a thrift store and like, man, that's a sick rocking chair. I need that in my
Actually,
life.
yeah.
That's funny. I used to only drink one cup of 12 pot of coffee. I haven't done that for the past 20 months. I don't miss it. Well, hey, congrats. Okay? 20 months is a long time, man. I hear like caffeine is one of the biggest addictions in the country, so that's pretty impressive. Talk to me real quick about the reading thing. Why do
Yeah.
you read? What's wrong with you?
Okay, so growing up as a kid, I was a nerd. Um,
No! I did not get the
Surprise!
vibe at all from you.
There was
Once.
there was actually like a period of time where my family just like got rid of cable to save money. And so like at garage sales, my parents would be willing, like, oh yeah, books are 25 cents, like here's a dollar, go crazy. So I think for them, like growing up, it was like a cheap thing. And then, if I was reading, I wasn't fighting with my brothers. But then like in high school, I kind of like stopped reading for fun because I was always like reading textbooks, studying, and
Yeah.
when I was done with that, I was like, I want to shut my brain off and just like watch Netflix. But now that I'm like done with school and I'm like, oh, this is like kind of a nice hobby. Like it's pretty cheap. I like thrift a lot of books and then like sell them when I'm done, or I go to the library. And I'm like, it's something that gets me
Go to the
away from this.
library. You're definitely a grandma.
Yeah, I am.
Living up to the stereotype.
But we'll see. I have not monetized reading. I know you were suggesting that to me before we went live
I'm
here,
saying
so
that definitely that like how many you said you're in book what 40 now, right? You finished 39
I
today.
just finished 39 today. Yeah. So,
That's a lot of books.
yeah.
How often? Like how much? You read, like spend like an hour a day reading, 2 hours a day reading. Like what does that entail?
Yeah, sometimes probably. So
That's
this is a
insane.
secret between us on the call. Sometimes when my full-time job is slow, I will read
No,
because I'm only a month in. They don't have work to give me. And I'm
they
like,
already give you unlimited PTO, and now you're gonna read on the clock.
I know.
Uh, right, Chris? People still go to the library.
Yes.
How many
I
people? How many people are there when you go? How many people are at the library with you?
Probably a lot of older people.
That makes
So
sense.
my kind of people.
What you know about the Dewey Decimal System? Can you tell me all about that?
No.
I have no clue what that is
it,
either.
it doesn't really make sense.
So, what books are you into?
So I do like I like rotate between different categories. So like self-help, like I don't know, learning things, and sometimes that relates to like reselling, and I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. Or like murder mystery thriller, where you just like keep turning pages, or just like romance fiction, where I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna end up together at the end? And then surprise, they
They, they,
do.
they always do, huh? It always ends happily ever after.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why it's fiction. But murder mysteries could also be a self help book for you in the future too, in case you ever want to pull that off.
Yeah, in case I go on some bad Tinder dates and I'm like, I just gotta get rid of this
Just
guy.
like, hey, I read this in the book that if I do this, I'll get away with it. So maybe it could work.
Right.
I spent most of my life reading 100, 300 pages a day. When I started wearing glasses, I had to stop. Reading with the glasses gives me a headache.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you a big? Is audiobooks cheating? That's a question.
No, I think those still count. I don't really do that just because I feel like I need to hold something so that my hands are busy. Because if I'm
Uh,
like, I don't know, doing the dishes or something else, then I'm not really gonna pay attention. Then I'm like
yeah.
thinking about other stuff. So
That's kind of how I consume most of my information, is like just by podcasts and stuff while I'm
yeah.
working. But I realized that like I can probably listen to the same podcast 5 times in a row and hear different things all five
Uh-huh.
times because just some information just sticks and then some of it just leaves.
Right.
I figured that's why I don't think I can do an audiobook because I'll be like, wait, what happened? Just completely missed it.
You'd get like 3 hours in and be like, "Who's this character?"
Eh. I used to date a girl that was really into reading, and
Uh-huh.
one thing that was really weird for me was she was into Twilight, which is weird
Oh,
in itself. But this is back when I dated her, was like when Twilight was huge, and
okay.
I was like, "What do you think about the movies?" And she told me that Edward was way prettier in the book. Explain to me how that happens.
Maybe just the description of him.
It's like
Maybe she just didn't like Robert Pattinson. I can't say for sure.
it's like I'm like, there's no pictures in the book. I was see way prettier there. That made zero sense to me.
I have also read the Twilight series.
Oh, can you confirm that Edward is prettier in the books, or
It's been a while. I really can't say for sure either way.
are you Team Edward or Jacob?
I think I was Team Jacob.
Wow.
This
So I
was like
guess
middle school for me.
wow, it's really been that long. Dang.
Yeah.
Twilight, yeah. What was your favorite book this year?
Um, let me grab it.
Oh, get
I
a
just
show.
finished reading
That was just like
Reselling.
right there. It's like you were prepared for that question.
Yeah. I was right there because I have to return it to the library.
uh,
Um, but this author, Taylor Jenkins Reid, she's having a
uh-huh.
moment right now, and she wrote the book The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I had also read. And the two like have this like moment of overlap where like if you read both of the books, you would notice it, but like if you haven't read one of them, it wouldn't like spoil it for you. So I was like, oh, that's really interesting that like the author did that and like had that Easter egg in there.
Ah, okay. So
So
now that book looks kind of big. Uh,
yeah,
how
it's
long did
like
that take to finish?
2 days.
No way!
Yeah.
You read all that in two 2 days?
Okay, well, think about it. I got in a car accident. It's not like I'm going anywhere this week.
Sure.
So,
Holy moly!
yeah, well, then it like gets really good and you're like, oh, I have to find out what happens.
Did you ever read the book about that one guy that went to like Alaska? He was like a hitchhiker and went to
No.
Alaska and he died there and made a movie about it. The book was about like yay big, and it took me like 3 months to finish.
If someone knows the name of this book, put it in the
I
chat.
think it's called like Into the Wild.
Oh,
Pretty
okay.
sure. I mentioned this last time too, and somebody said in the comments what the book was.
Aw.
But last time I read anything was when I went to Colombia for 3 weeks,
Aw.
and I spent a lot of times by the pool or by the beach. And when I do that, that's when I read. So maybe when I move to Florida, I might be a reader now since I'll be by the
Oh,
beach quite a bit.
yeah, maybe.
Into the Wild. Thank you. Call of the Wild? No, thank you. Yeah, Into the Wild. It was like a true story about some guy. It was fun. But I read about half of it in Colombia, and then the other half took me about 2 months to finish back home because I was like, oh, let me read a page.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. It will take you probably 2 minutes. It'll be a good 2 minute. Yeah, it was a sad story. Yeah, Danica.
Oh,
It was a fun story. I think they made a movie about it
okay.
with that one guy that was like cool, but now everybody hates him.
Let me Google Into the Wild movie and see.
I forgot the guy's name. I think he has brothers.
Emil Hirsch?
Is that the guy, the actor?
I
I
don't
thought it was one of the
know.
Franco guys that was the actor, but
Mm,
yeah, Alexander Superchat. I think that's the real guy that was. Yeah, grew up in Northern Virginia. Honestly, look, everybody in the chat knows about this. Look at you guys. Look at all you readers out there. Very impressive.
wow. We'll
I
start
was
a
just
reseller book club.
that probably would take off. Uh, oh, real guy? Yeah, there it is. Chris McKinless. That's the real guy's name. There we go.
Ah,
There we go. I was just vacationing in Alaska last week and got to see the bus that they used in the movie for Into the Wild. Look at that. Small world. There you go. It's the last book I read. So, for somebody like me that's not into reading, what book would you recommend that you think I would enjoy?
oh, I don't know. Do you want something like fiction or something that you can like relate to your business?
Anything.
Um,
I enjoyed One Fish, Two Fish. But that one was pretty good.
okay, a classic. You might enjoy The Cat in the Hat.
I haven't got that one yet. But is there a cat that wears a hat?
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
Also, I enjoyed Yertle the Turtle. Was King of the
Okay,
Pond. That's another Dr. Seuss classic. That was a great one.
okay, good one, good one. Um, I don't know. I don't know what comes to mind, but there have been some that are like really highly recommended, like Atomic Habits, which like you could relate that to your business or it's like working out or anything. And it's kind of like how to build a habit and keep it. And like,
It's called Atomic Habits.
yeah. And like the
Okay.
reason that a lot of people's like goals fail because they don't like build habits. Um, there was another one I read. I can't think of the name, but it like related a lot, or like I thought it related a lot to reselling. And like part of it was like like it's not going to be possible to recreate your business exactly anywhere else because a lot of it depends on like your circumstances that you have.
Oh
And
yeah,
like
that's for sure.
for me being in Iowa, like I have my strategy of like low price high volume because that's what I can do here easily,
Makes
and
sense.
I'm able to make that successful because of my circumstances here.
Yeah,
And so there's a lot of things where sometimes I'm like, I just want to make like a book review YouTube video on this,
I'm telling you, I think that would
relating it
work.
to reselling, and then like, okay, guys, here's
I
this
would
book.
watch to see what books are worth my time. That's for sure.
Okay, maybe I'll keep that in mind in the future.
Yeah. I've got a very important. Do you ever play Uno?
Like the card game,
Yes.
yeah,
Got a very important question here. Says if I didn't say Uno and then went out, and another person says Uno, do I still lose? Yes. I believe the
yeah.
answer is yes to that question. That was a very good question, though, Aaron. Sorry, listening to you, I play Uno. No, I feel like I feel like different house games have different rules for that, but
I,
I think if you don't say Uno, I think that the whole point of the game is for you to say Uno when you have one card.
but I think if the other person doesn't call you out on it before you go out, then it might be okay.
Yeah,
You have to
yeah.
consult the official rule book. My
Because
family plays
dang
Uno
it.
Attack, where it shoots out cards at you,
Oh, one of those.
and we are so competitive. There's a lot of yelling. My dad has called me some very mean things.
Probably justifiably.
I have said some choice words to my brother before.
Did you ever? I played it once in a house where when somebody puts down a seven, you have to slap the board. That was
Oh,
like their house rule, and I had like no clue why that was a thing. But like every time something them just like slaps, and if you're the last person to slap, you get the whole pile of cards,
oh
which
man.
seems very unfair if you have very slow like instincts. Chris says that's Uno Attack. It's the best version. It's the one we
Yes.
play. I wouldn't call you out because that would mean the game was over. And I don't have to play anymore. It's a good one. So when you starting your book channel now? I want to know.
Oh, I don't
What's it gonna be
know.
called?
I don't know.
Should be
I need it
called.
to be like another A word with Amber.
Is there a synonym with reading
Reading,
with A? I don't
reviewing.
know.
Mm.
Yeah. You guys are smart in the chat. Somebody give us a name. Amber will run with it. That's for sure. How do you even what would that like thesaurus? Thesaurisize this? Is that a
Yeah.
verb?
Synonym
Auditing?
for
Auditing?
reading.
Analyzing?
Oh.
Account. All I got here was account, which is stupid. No. Just play phase 10, you'll never finish. Okay? Amber annotates.
Oh, that would be a good one.
Amber's Anthology. Look at all these smart names you have in the chat
Wow.
here. Man. There you go.
I'm gonna have to start paying these people a consulting fee.
There we go. Once you make it big, just remember we got. Wait, a name for what? I was going potty. A name for Amber's new YouTube channel about books. It has to have alliteration. It has to have Amber in it.
Right.
Just got down sequence onto Una, man. It sounds like you have a fun time, Aaron. I'm a little jealous of what happened right now. And Doug's gonna PayPal invoice you later for the name.
Perfect. Perfect. Just search arbitrage at the Empire.
Yeah. Describe to me a Friday night hangout at the Amber household. How crazy does it get?
Oh, I don't know. So I don't host a ton. Up until 2 weeks ago, I had a roommate, and she was working on her doctorate, so she would study a lot. So I would usually go like other places to hang out with people. My friends and I are into game nights, and so one of my friends, she used to work at Goodwill in like marketing. So she would be at Goodwill every day, and she would see what new games they have, and she would like thrift a bunch of stuff. So we just go down. She's got a full cabinet. We're like, yeah, let's try this out.
Nice.
So
That sounds pretty legit. Maybe I'm old too, but that sounds like fun to me.
we would have a good time. My family, we will only play Uno Attack and Trouble. That's it.
Trouble the one with like the big like little thing you
So, like,
press in the middle.
chopper in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
And so one of our family traditions is every Christmas after we've opened presents, we will then play Trouble and Uno Attack for money. So it'll be like first place gets $5, second place gets $3. And we'll keep going until my dad's wallet is empty. And he'll be like, maybe you guys want to put in money now. And we'll be like, no, Dad, you told us so much to gamble. That would be irresponsible. But sometimes we do put in a ton of money.
Pop-O-Matic bubble. Good to know.
Yeah.
That has a name. Look at that.
Sometimes then us kids do like put in a lot of money and we're like, okay, first place in this game gets $50. Second place
Whoa,
gets $20.
y'all get serious on your Uno attacks.
Yeah.
Dang. Now, okay, here's another Uno question for you. If I put a draw 2 down, are you allowed to pass it on if you have a draw 2 card?
Oh yeah, that's how we play.
What about a draw 4?
Oh yeah, we'll do that too. And
You can pass it on too?
Usually you also have to say something mean to the person when you screw you, and then like it goes to the next person.
Just do it, yeah. And then you the guy has one card and then somebody hits you with 8 draw 2s and you're like, dang it.
Yeah.
That's how I get my kids to play money. Got it. There we go. There you go, Danica. Yep, that's how you do it. We play with my family. We play mainly Settlers of Catan. I don't know if you ever played that. That is like a very mischievous game, and most of my family is very nice and sweet. And then there's me, and sometimes I just play just to sabotage, not even just to win for me, just to ruin somebody else's night. And people don't like it when I do it. But that was I had a lot of fun doing that. Or like Ticket to Ride. Did you ever play that one?
I have not.
Those two are pretty good. You should add them to the catalog.
Okay.
They're a little more intense than Trouble. But
I'll keep my eye out at Goodwill.
That might be actually a bolo at Goodwill. I don't even know. I think Settler sells for some money.
Because that's expensive.
Yeah, I have like all the expansions and all the other stupid things with it. Yeah. I just listened to. Oh, look at that! I just listened to. Matt just sold Ticket to Ride Europe. I have that game. That's a good game too. Ticket to Ride Europe. There we go. Good to know. All right, we're coming to the end here, Amber. You have been a wonderful, wonderful guest.
Thank you.
In my humble opinion. What are your plans for this weekend? You get a new car? Well, since people don't know, by the way, we can talk about that. What happened to your car? Give us the.
So I totaled my car on Tuesday after going sourcing.
After you put a full tank of gas in it.
Yeah, I had a full tank of gas. It's very sad. It had a new battery in it. So yeah, my car, I was driving a 2013 Ford Fiesta that already had some body damage. So like my car was not worth that much money anyways. So I only had liability insurance on it, which means that like my insurance will cover the other guy's vehicle, but they will not cover mine. So luckily I have an emergency fund, so like I have money. But now I'm kind of like, oh man, the used car market is maybe not the best right now. So
it's very expensive.
Yeah, so I'm going to look at another car tomorrow. And also, I got my last car for such a steal. I bought it from my younger brother for $2,500.
Ooh.
And my dad was like, you ripped him off. And I was like, Dad, you taught me how to bargain. You should be proud of me.
You bargained with your brother?
Yeah, it had body damage because he rear-ended.
Oh, man, you should have recorded that. That would have been great. It's like
So
lowest I could do was 3. Now you gotta go lower than that. It can't be.
25.
Can't.
Actually, when I was a kid, I used to sell my toys to my younger brothers. That was my first reselling stint. But anyways, yeah, this weekend, hopefully getting a car, and then I can get back to like sourcing at all my good spots and head up to Minnesota next weekend. So
So I don't know if you want to really recount the accident, but that looked pretty serious. Is everything like cool? Did you hit
yeah.
somebody or somebody hit you
So we
or?
were both fine. So I admitted fault. I thought I had a green arrow to turn, but it had turned to yield. I was like driving into the sun. It was right there. And so he had a truck. I had a Ford Fiesta. So he just like pushed me around. But like my airbags didn't even go off, which like looking back, I was like, maybe they
How?
should have.
That car was like destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was turning. So it's not like I was going like
Uh
super,
huh.
super fast. It's just that his truck was so much bigger. Um, so yeah, yeah.
I actually got into a car accident a couple weeks ago where
Uh-huh.
somebody hit me, but I also have a truck,
Oh,
and I got out and I had nothing, and their car was like really bad, and
oh
I
man.
was like, I'm like, tell him you hit somebody, like tell him you hit like a tree or something. I told him like, I'm not
You're like,
gonna.
don't involve me.
I'm like, this is gonna take 2 hours. You gotta wait for the cops, blah blah blah. Just tell him you hit something, figure it out. I'm driving away. Like
Oh
I'm not
man.
gonna press any charges or whatever. She's like, thank you, because like legit looked like I had like a little scratch in my car. Like
Uh-huh.
her whole back was like she backed out of a you don't have a Wawa here, there, right? It's like a convenience store.
Oh.
She backed out of it into me. And
Aw.
like so her whole back was destroyed. Nothing happened to mine. That's the beauty of driving trucks, though. I guess
Oh
that's
man.
what happens there.
I used to drive a Buick Park Avenue, and in that car, I hit and killed a deer, and I did not have a
You
scratch.
murderer!
I know. I cried. I felt so bad. I was like, that deer's family is never gonna know why it didn't come home.
Yeah, this is how Bambi started.
I know. I felt so bad, but yeah, like my Buick Park Avenue was an absolute tank. So maybe I need to find one of those again.
Did your dad take the deer home and at least eat it, or did you guys leave it
No,
inside the?
no, I was like driving back to college. I was like an hour away. My dad, I called him. He's like, "Well, is your car okay?" I was like, "Yeah." Like a little like metal strip fell off the bottom, and he goes, "Oh, that's fine. Like I hit a traffic cone one time and mine came off. You don't really need it." So I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Now, if you hit a deer in your Fiesta, that'll be a different story.
Right. Well, now I don't have a Fiesta, so
But you might have another one.
yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes.
There might be another Fiesta in the future.
We shall see.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. Wow, Christopher said he had 5 deer. Hopefully not at once.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like I can't imagine like how different thrifting is without a vehicle. It's probably like almost impossible, right?
Yeah, just so luckily I have a death pile. I have all that free inventory from Amber resells. So
There you go.
yeah.
You could do a whole car fund. I witnessed a terrible wreck. Pulled over to offer aid. They said it was my fault.
Oh my gosh.
What? That's crazy.
Why
Imagine
didn't
just
we just blame the actual person?
That's crazy. Just imagine pull over to help and like, yep, that was you. Yeah, that sucks, Danica. That's crazy. Yeah. Well, good luck to you, your future car
Thank you.
endeavors, and your future YouTube book channel,
Thank you.
and your TikTok monetization, and your YouTube monetization, and your next travel. When you traveling next out of country? Is that happening anytime soon?
Out of country, I have nothing planned yet. Potentially going back to Guatemala. Like that was worth it. And my accountant said that I could deduct my flight and my lodging as business
Yeah.
expenses.
You got to rip off the lady again, right? You got to go and rip her off one more
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So
I just can't imagine you go back there and the smile on your face like she's back.
I'll
She's gonna
hold
pay
a
for my whole
reseller
week.
meetup in Guatemala. I'll be like, okay, everyone, here we go.
That's probably more fun than some of the meetups they had this week. So I don't blame you there. All right, guys. So if you're not following Amber, I linked her YouTube down below. I just had her TikTok. It's right there. There's her TikTok. What are you on Instagram?
On Instagram, I'm at Arbitrage with
Yeah,
Amber.
so same, like right there. You see it
Yeah.
right there. If you guys want unbelievable and entertaining stories, that's the one account. It's like you'll never know. It's like a box of chocolates with Amber on her Instagram stories. It's going to be a reselling content one day, then it'll be a creepy message another day, then it'll be a TikTok, then it'll be like a Tinder story, then it'll
Yep.
be a car crash, then it'll be a book she reads, and then it's going to be her negotiation of rent. It'll be whatever. It's just totally
Right.
different every single day.
My life is never boring.
Nah.
Oh, someone coming to go on a bin date in Iowa. I went
Hey.
on a thrifting date. I made a YouTube video. Watch it. It's called Thrifting Gone Wrong. So
That sounds very entertaining.
I don't know about
What's up,
bins.
Placette? Bin day would be interesting, especially if the person's never heard of the bins before. That would be fun to watch. We're like, hey, come see me in my workplace.
Right, right. I'll be like, this is what I do for fun.
Yeah, are you not having fun? Are you not entertained? Watch out for the puppies.
Right. Here's a pair of gloves. Dig in.
Yeah, don't touch anything wet. And if there's a dog running around, dogs are not for sale.
Right.
Thank you, Jen. Jen got your Instagram right there. All right, everybody, make sure you guys go follow Amber. I see she's a good time. Thank you so much, Amber, for coming on. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
When's your next? You just put out a YouTube video just like today, right?
Yeah, I just posted a haul yesterday, or maybe it was today. It was
Yeah.
yesterday.
So, anything? Is the Amber resale video coming up next? See how that works. That might be the next thing you're working
Oh,
on.
maybe do a little experiment on listing all my free inventory for $5 on Facebook Marketplace.
Might be fun to watch for sure.
Talking about Instagram Reels, so check it
There you
out.
go. What's up, Anfisa? All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. If you're going out to pick tomorrow, guys, have fun. Good luck there, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, bye.